What's up, guys? I'm Mason from Self-Made Athletes, back at it again. And yes, I know it's been a minute since I did my last review post, but today we're going to talk about mass gainers. And before I dive into all of the products that I've tried this year, I really wanted to explain why I started using a gainer product to begin with. Because I typically go for whey protein isolate powders. I found out that there's an additional filtering process which really helps remove the fat and carb content. And this is ideal for someone like me because I wanted something with higher levels of clean protein, which is typically better for post-workout recovery. And it also makes me feel like I'm getting a cleaner protein supplement source. I'd also like to point out that I'm not a dietitian, and the purpose of this video is not to make any recommendations to change your diet. You can consult, or you should consult, a professional if you have any health concerns. So I decided to dedicate an entire month between February and March to train at a local gym called Impact here in Hong Kong. And I mix things up between their Muay Thai classes and their boot camp sessions. But yo, I ain't gonna lie, those were really tough sessions for me, especially at the beginning, because my body just wasn't primed for those kind of movements, and the short rest time in between sets really had me struggling throughout the whole time. Within a week of daily training, the results were apparent. You know, I lost a lot of weight, I leaned out, and I just felt like I was losing a lot of muscle mass. And I had a lot of people come up and ask me if everything was all right because it was so apparent. And although I felt kind of good, it really wasn't the look that I was going for. That's when I really decided to try the Mass Gainer product. I thought I could offset my morning boot camp sessions with a gainer protein shake for a quick recovery, and then since mass gainers are usually higher in carbs, I can use that energy as fuel for a lunch resistant training session or a Muay Thai session at night. And I think it worked out pretty good for me. I maintained my lean physique, and with the extra lunch progressive overload workouts, it really helped me build a little bit more size. Now, I do have to mention that my goal wasn't to become extremely huge within a month. I simply wanted to maintain my weight at that time, which was about 145 pounds, build a little bit of muscle mass, and develop my strength. At that time, I tried a brand called All Max Nutrition. Unfortunately, I don't have the tub with me anymore, but it's called Quick Mass Gainer. And since it was my first time taking a gainer product, I didn't know what to expect. The instructions advised me to do 4 scoops, and I did that after a workout. And I remember I skipped breakfast because I was just so full. So if you're thinking of taking a gainer product for the very first time, it might be worth trying to slowly ease into it with smaller servings to let your body adjust to it. What I really like about Quick Mass is that it sources healthy complex carbs and has a relatively low calorie count. It only uses 3 grams of sugar per scoop and has 0 trans fat in its formula. Looking at the middle column, because I did use 4 scoops per serving, you'll get about 110 calories, which is comprised of 8 grams of fat, 170 grams of carbohydrates, and a whopping 64 grams of protein. We can see from the ingredients list that Quick Mass's carbs are made up of medium and long chain carbohydrates with a bunch of complex carbs from cornstarch, sweet potato powder, oat fiber, and quinoa flour. Its protein is a mixed blend between whey concentrate, milk protein isolate, and whey protein isolate, where the fat mainly comes from coconut creamer. And I chose this as my first mass gainer because the nutritional facts looked in check. But what really drew my attention was that it had been tested for banned substances by a company called Informed Choice. So I knew I was getting something of high quality and it was safe. From mid-April to mid-June, I joined an 8-week fitness challenge by WorkIt Fitness. And this program was designed to help people stay in shape without having to go to the gym or without having to use any gym equipment, so you can do the functional training in the comfort of your own home. And I've previously posted a series on this, so if you're interested, check it out. I've got links in the description box below. Anyways, during this time, since I wasn't actually able to add progressive workload with heavier weights, I didn't want to lose too much muscle mass. And so that's why I decided to try out 2 different mass gainers to help me maintain my weight. And if you've seen my workout fitness series, you would have spotted these notorious tubs of protein as an alternative weight that I use during some of my exercises. And I was probably doing some kind of squat or overhead halo exercise of some sort. So during this time, I actually tried the Muscle Meds Carnivore Mass and Muscle Tech's Mass Tech. And Muscle Meds actually makes an incredibly delicious, ready-to-drink protein shake that you can just grab off the shelf. And that actually provides you with 40 grams of beef protein, 0 fat, 0 cholesterol, 0 sugar, 0 lactose, and 0 gluten. Yep, you heard me right. That's a lot of zeros and a lot of protein. So it was really, really good. And I thought I'd try their chocolate fudge flavored gainer as well. And don't mind the dents on the tub. They're probably from like an incline push-up that I did during the fitness program. But the taste of it is really not that bad. It's definitely not as creamy as the ready-to-drink shake, but it could also be because I'm really lazy and I only mix my protein powders with water. Whereas if I mix it with milk, I think the taste would be much richer. Anyways, what really appealed to me the most was Carnivore Mass's stat line. And I know this might sound a little bit contradicting, but when I bulk, I go for something which I can call a lean bulk, which means you don't want to look or feel bloated when you're going through the bulking phase, but you're still able to pack on a little bit of size. So I was really thrilled to hear that Carnivore Mass only serves up 720 calories per serving. And with each serving, it'll also give you 125 grams of carbs, 50 grams of beef protein isolate, and only 2.5 grams of fat, along with 5 grams of creatine. And the way that I saw this was I could use this gainer product as a snack rather than a meal replacement. That way I could get more nutritional intake from whole food sources and not just rely on the supplement. And unlike Quick Mass, even after taking this, I didn't feel full, so I was able to eat my main meals, and that was really key for me. Taking a closer look at the ingredients Muscle Med uses, they've got something called iSpike technology, which is a dual-acting insulin signal amplifier to optimize the usage of carbs. And their protein breakdown, it's got hydrolyzed beef protein isolate, creatine, L-glutamine, BCAAs, and anabolic nitrogen retention technology, which basically means that it recycles aminos back into the tissue building pathways to prevent any buildup of nitrogen waste in your system. The low 2.5 grams of fat is mostly made up of medium chain triglycerides, or also known as MTCs, which help increase exercise performance by decreasing body fat and increasing lean muscle mass. In the latter half of my Work It Fitness program, I tried Muscle Tech's Mass Tech Gainer, and I personally didn't really enjoy this one too much. The taste just wasn't for me, and that could be totally subjective. I've read a lot of great reviews that it tastes great, but I personally didn't like the chalky aftertaste that lingers on my tongue. So besides that, results don't lie. This was a great product. It's loaded with a bunch of good stuff to help you get you through the bulking period. One thing that I did want to point out though is that the amazing numbers that I'm about to reveal per serving is only if you mix the protein gainer with 2 cups of milk as marketed by Muscle Tech. I just use water, so the macronutrients offered per serving does change a little bit. But let's take a quick look. Each serving with 2 cups of milk will provide you with 110 calories, and if mixed with water, just 840 calories. With milk, you'll get 150 grams of carbs and 80 grams of protein, whereas with water, you'll get 131 grams of carbs and 63 grams of protein. Whether you use milk or water as your base, that's still a lot of protein packed into one serving. And for the fat content levels, it remains the same no matter which base you use. So you'll get 8 grams of fat no matter what, which seems a bit odd to me because milk has a lot of fat properties. So it should be slightly higher if you use milk as your base. Now for the ingredients. The carbs are made up of glucose polymers from oat bran, quinoa, buckwheat, and millet. The protein complex is a mix between whey protein concentrate, calcium caseinate, egg white, and whey protein isolate. Fats per serving are mainly coming from MTCs. Here are some before and after photos of my 8-week Work It Fitness program. And yes, I know it doesn't seem like much has changed. There's not much of a transformation, but that's exactly what I wanted because this program was mainly designed for body weight exercises. And I was able to achieve that by maintaining my weight and keeping a lean physique throughout the program. For those of you who are looking to increase mass, I think both of these products will be able to help you achieve that but it does come down to how much overload work you put in the gym. It doesn't only come down to the supplements. You definitely need to put in the work when you're at the gym. Make sure you keep loading up your weights, go heavier every time. That way your muscles will actually grow and the mass will expand. And I actually tried another mass gainer that my buddy was on at the time, but it was only a one-time thing. So I can't really share how it helped me in my fitness journey or what you might be able to expect from it. But all I have to say is this mix was heavenly. It tasted so good. Like, it's almost a milkshake that helps you make gains. It's under 1,000 calories per serving, and you'll get 90 grams of carbs, 46 grams of protein, but 17 grams of fat. And I'm not sure if that's the X factor for it to taste so damn good, but it was delicious. And if you're only looking for the taste and you don't mind the higher fat content, I highly recommend this one. That's it, guys. These were the 3 main gainer protein powders that I tried this year in 2019. I will be trying other brands soon because besides my own split at the gym, I'm rigorously training functionally as well on a near daily basis. So I want to be able to properly feed my body the necessary nutrients from a mix of whole food meals and not just stuff my face with a bunch of mass gainers. So I'm gonna change up. I'm doing a little bit of experimenting with my diet to see how everything comes into play. So stay tuned. If you found this video insightful, help me out by hitting the like button. And if you're interested in more product reviews and you want to follow me on my journey, please subscribe to my channel, or you can follow me on Instagram. But that's all I have for you guys today. Have a great day, self-made athletes. And until next time, peace.